We got a fucking Looney Tune, like your man Lord Jamal, who's a fucking Looney Tune. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's a loony bin, right? We just said that the drug of choice is attention. It's this and this and that. They get a guy who, he was a legend. He's brand Nubian. Right. And he's the wackest nigga in the crew, to be clear. But now, this nigga might be like trying to get lit, trying to say anything. The world's flat, the this, that, anything to go viral.
Okay, so I know I kind of drove my point home about Fat Joe with the first video that I did. But I'm making this second one because I'm going to do everything in my power, every fucking chance I get, every nook and cranny, every turn I make. I'm going to do everything to show you how our people are way more responsible for what happens to us than a fucking Ashkenazi, a fake Jew, or whatever else these fucking names and terms and labels that y'all got for them people. Those people do not compare. The damage that those people have done does not compare to what we have done to each other. And Jim Red Wolf, I understand and I respect the fact that you're not interested in Tariq Nasheed and, you know, all that. And that's fine, bro, because I'm not interested in Fat Joe. I don't even give a shit that you know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about this nigga, man. The reason for why I did that video earlier, bro, talking about Tariq and Fat Joe, is because they in on it together. I talked about that video earlier, bro, because our people don't know this. A lot of our people still don't know that it's us that's doing this shit. That's why I made it, bro. That's why I made the video. Now, you can continue to put out the content that you put out, and, you know, other people I subscribe to, whatever, you know, they continue to put out whatever content they want. That's fine. You free to do whatever you want. You know that. We don't even get down like that, me and you. But at the end of the day, man, our people are more responsible for this shit than any YouTube platform are talking about, bro. I'm going to say that again. Our people are way more involved in this shit than what any YouTuber with a platform is out here talking about. And that is the missing piece to this. We know about Ashkenazis. We know about, you know, these fake ass Jews and these hybrids and the bullshit Hitler was supposed to have been doing and all these other different things. We know about the Rothschilds and the Trilateral Foreign Commission, Foreign Relations, what the fuck, you know what I'm talking about. We know about all that. What's not being talked about by the vast majority of YouTubers on YouTube is our people are the biggest culprit. Period. Now, does that mean that the shit that Jim Red Wolf will put out about Ashkenazis and all these other things is wrong? No, I'm not saying that. Am I saying that the stuff that he's read in the books, or like stuff that the sister I Am Baby Girl Slaughter has read in them books, are they wrong, or some of the things they read in that book wrong? No, I'm not saying that. I ain't saying that. All I'm saying is what I just said. That same type of energy needs to be put into waking up our people to understand that we are not victims, we're cheerleaders. And here's the proof. Let me see if I can scroll back a little bit. Right there. Do y'all see that? I think I see, I don't know, that little pale-skinned motherfucker back over there, a little light-skinned dude. He might be a Puerto Rican or, you know, something like that, or maybe a white boy or whatever, right? But the vast majority of these motherfuckers in this room is niggas. They niggas. Why are y'all sitting in there, man, allowing that man to talk like that when it's the very fucking people that look like them that put him where he is? And shout out to that nigga 7 Grams, man, for tagging me with that video. The brother, I think he said he was Big Pun's brother or some shit, his little brother or whatever. But you know what I'm talking about, 7 Grams. Shout out to you for that, because I didn't know. I don't fuck with them niggas, 7 Grams. I didn't know that was that nigga's brother. I didn't know Big Pun even had a fucking brother. By the time Fat Joe and the Terror Squad and all them niggas came out, I was done with rap. I stopped fucking with rap music in like 2001, my guy. So thanks for that video, because I didn't know. I don't know shit about Fat Joe. I don't fuck with him. I never have. I don't fuck with Big Pun. I never have. Because I knew what they was doing. When they first came out, I knew that it was us that they was leeching off of to get on. And the sole purpose of them getting on was to take over. Well, when you come out here and you start talking bullshit like white people invented hip hop, or Puerto Ricans or whatever invented hip hop, like the shit that he was talking, that's a part of the takeover. I am tired of our people not being put on fucking blast. I'm tired, man. All this motherfucking information about Ashkenazis and, this, that, and the other, and all this other shit, and you mean to tell me we don't have no information on just how much our motherfucking people have fed us to these motherfuckers? Because that's what it's about. These people wouldn't be nowhere if it wasn't for us. So the damage that's been done, who's responsible for it? Us. And I told Buddy that when 7 grams tagged me with that video, the dude that said he was Big Pun's little brother or whatever, I watched the video, 7 grams. I went and watched it, bro. Go and look at the comment I left that nigga. In the comment, I told dude it's our fault. Is what Big Pun doing, is what Fat Joe doing cool? No, it ain't cool. Is it disrespectful? You fucking right it's disrespectful, Jim Red Wolf. I agree, my brother. It is disrespectful. Whose fault is it? When they come down, man, nothing I do not like. When they talk about all these old school lynchings and shit from back in the day, right? They paint our people in the most helpless fucking way possible. And in every fucking video that I see where they talk about, they forced them out of their home and then they took over their home and, they hung the man from the tree in the front yard and all this other shit, right? Every time I see a video like that, the first question I ask in that video is, okay, well, what was the niggas doing? What was niggas doing when they was doing that to our people? Nobody got a fucking answer for that. Nobody. I'm going to ask the question one more motherfucking time. When you see all these fucking pictures and photos of our people swinging from trees, and they tell you a story about, they went to brother such house, and they told him by the end of the day, you and your family better be out of this house, because if you're not, we're going to come and kill everybody in here and take the land, right? I'm not saying that shit didn't happen. I just asked a fucking question. When all of this was going on, what was our people doing? What were they doing? Did they just allow it to happen? Did they fight back? The reason why I'm asking this fucking question is because they always trying to paint our people like we helpless. Somebody lying. Now you niggas can take that for what y'all want. It don't matter if it's Red Wolf or whoever. Y'all take that how y'all want to take it. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of it. Don't mistake me for disagreeing with anybody's platform because I got my own questions, right? I'm going to say that again. This goes for everybody. Don't mistake me for thinking you don't know what you talking about or that you lying just because I have my own questions. And one of my questions is, what the fuck was we doing when they was lynching our people? How is it that the people that was drove out of their homes back in those days and their land was taken over by white folks, how are people not responsible for that? How? Didn't we have a law enforcement back then? Huh? Weren't there the sheriff or the marshal or something? What were we doing? Why is it that all we get is the story about how they drove the motherfucker out the house and took their property? But we never hear about what led up to it. We never hear about what happened afterwards. And then it seemed like they just kept doing it to people. Well, if they kept doing it to our people, what was our people doing at the time when it was happening to these motherfuckers? This is how you know that we were infighting. We were in-house fighting. The tribes and shit was warring with each other. There were some disagreements among the tribes, whether if it's Choctaw, Cherokee, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's how you know it had to be some in-house fighting. Because nobody can answer that question. What were we doing when they was driving us off our land and moving into our house and taking our names? What were we doing about it? If you know, then come out with the truth. If you don't know, then I understand that you remain silent. You know what I'm saying? But if you fucking know, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I don't care if you pale skin. I don't give a fuck if you look like me, if you don't look like me. If you know, come forward with the fucking information. Because what you looking at on screen right here is a motherfucking disgrace. This be the reason for why a motherfucker hear me. When I hear people talk about fake Jews and Ashkenazis and all this other stuff, you know the first thing I hear? I hear the white man. I mean, isn't it safe to say that the people that are calling themselves Jews that are not a pale-skinned people? Is that or is that not a safe statement? Now, if I'm wrong, then chime in and say, hey, bro, no, that's not correct. But the last time I checked, the people that they claim are Jews that are not a pale-skinned people. So when we only having conversation about fake Jews and Ashkenazis and all this other fucking shit, but yet we don't talk about the role that we played in it, all I hear is a motherfucker blaming the white man. That's all I hear. And yes, the pale-skinned man, the Pink Panther has a lot to account for. They have a lot to atone for, but you're not finna blame all of this shit on motherfucking pale-skinned people. Yeah, you got some racist ass Puerto Ricans. Yeah, you got some motherfucking racist ass Mexicans and this, that, and the other. Wouldn't that be a good enough excuse to stay the fuck away from them? You don't have to hate them. Just don't deal with them. Here it is. They don't deal with us. They don't hire us or nothing. When was the last time you went into a Mexican restaurant and seen a nigga folding a burrito? They don't hire us. Here it is. We won't treat them the way they treat us, but then we want to scream they racist. There's more to it to this than Fat Joe just being an asshole. It's more to it than that. Our people are fucking pathetic. That's the bottom line. Our women are pathetic and our men are fucking terrible. I'm going to say it one more time, man. Don't get confused with the fact that I got my own questions as to some sort of inclination that I'm not agreeing with the brothers and sisters that got their own YouTube channels and everything out here. I'm not trying to contradict other brothers and sisters' YouTube content. What I'm saying is listening to all of you niggas' contents, I have developed my own fucking questions. There ain't a nigga on this planet whose mind is stronger than mine. I rely on my brain because I know it's the greatest weapon I have. Don't no motherfucking body on this planet use their brain the way I do. And it's because of that is the reason for why I can listen to Red's, content, Rando, I Am Baby Girl Slaughter, the brother, Big OG Philly, and a bunch of other people who got their own channels. I can listen to all of their content and come up with my own questions. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm literally doing. I watch other people's contents and I'm saying, okay, well, what about this? And what about that? And how did this happen? And how did this happen? Why is there so much of a big ass piece of this puzzle that's missing? You know why it's missing? That big ass piece of the puzzle that's missing is niggas that are responsible for this. Yes, I understand about the black nobility, and yes, I understand the Moors, which are dark-skinned folks, basically dark-skinned Europeans or whatever. They came over here. A lot of them brought pale-skinned people here with them. You got the Sister Rebel on here talking about how, melanated people, i.e. the black nobility, i.e. Moors, they drop bombs on us and all this other stuff. Here's all I'm saying about that. All of that shit may be true, but can we at least get to the part about how the niggas over here helped them? You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm talking about. You're not finna fool me with these niggas, man. You're not finna fool me with my people. My people are fucking disgusting. And if they were not so fucking disgusting, we would not have failed. And that's the bottom line. And it's not getting enough attention. This is the reason for why people are still running around here confused as fuck about Diddy. They done implemented Oprah Winfrey and a bunch of other people into this bullshit, but yet our people still running around confused and not knowing what to do. Some of our people still flat out just don't believe it. And you want to know why they don't? Because they have not been taught that our people were the biggest culprits in this shit from the very beginning. It's Original Lone Wolf, man. I'm fucking out.